Miami ball. Though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This and much, much more live with Aaron and Sean. Yo, 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 what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Excellent.
Dude, Forbes sucks.
Welcome, everybody, to Harry Hog Football, episode number 610. That's the 600 and Tress Way episode.
600 RG3 episode.
600 and Jay Schroeder episode.
Jay Schroeder.
Is it Schrader or Schroeder?
I've always heard people call him Schrader, even though it's spelled Schroeder.
I always called him Schroeder, but what did I know about? I was like a 7-year-old kid.
I always called him Sucking, and we needed the Gus bus, man. What did he do in Super Bowl 22? Nothing.
Wasn't he in the Super Bowl against the Raiders, where we just got it handed to us?
No, that was Theismann, dude. That was right after Super Bowl 17 was Super Bowl 18, which we played in Tampa. And the Raiders handed it to us because the entire offensive line and John Riggins were all hungover.
Wait, did Schrader play for the Raiders also?
He did play for them after us.
Dude, it all blends together.
He was a first-round pick for us. He was a first-round pick.
I was like a little tight running around. I just remember like when that Super Bowl with the Raiders came on and me just being so disappointed. Didn't we score like one touchdown and it was like garbage time? Like we couldn't do anything.
We had like 8 points.
Yeah,
it's because the whole lot. It's because so many people went partying because they were. I mean, have you ever been to Tampa? Have you ever been to Tampa in the 80s?
No, I was like young.
5. Yeah, right.
I don't think I even left Virginia until I was like freaking, I don't know, 17 years old or something.
That was just to go to North Carolina.
To get some fireworks over the state line. Anyway,
dude, Forbes is terrible. Our secondary is awful. I think they might be. I think secondary is worse because Forbes is still in it.
Dude, Forbes is. We've said this before. He's a liability. He should not be wearing an NFL uniform
on the same freaking play. It's not like this. It's not like that's like never happens, but it only happens like a couple times you see in the season. But he got 2 penalties on the same play and gave up a touchdown. Still, Forbes, you suck.
And that play pretty much blew the game open at that point. Between him and your dog Cade York missing field goals, the game quickly got out of reach. And the O-line wasn't. The O-line sucked. I was someone, who was it? Taylor Bud Lightygoat, maybe? Someone
Cornelius third. The thirds got sucked. They stuck Coleman in there because the third was sucking.
They all sucked. And if we would have had Howell in there, we would have had like 30 sacks.
Yeah. And that goes back to what we were talking about. We were just like, well, I guess we didn't get a left tackle because we really, really needed to get the quarterback. He didn't want to bite on trying to get a really good left tackle, so you got this guy that's in there. Not Cornelius Lucas III, who was benched, was on the sideline, not benched, but on the sideline at least twice.
Well, they were splitting time, supposedly. They were trying to work Coleman in. But Coleman apparently is on the top of the depth chart for this week.
Man, we'll see.
But JD5 had to, if it wasn't for his elusiveness and quick release, he would have got hit so many times. Many times.
And that's why you and I were pontificating earlier on an earlier podcast that's probably why they picked him, because they know he can get out of trouble, all like Randall Cunningham style.
He has a quick release.
Style. He has a great release. What? Cliff Kingsbury, where are the slants, man? Where are the little like step in and cut in, like three guys cutting in towards the center?
Yeah.
Where is
where
that?
are those dudes? Yeah, like
Oh, I know.
crossover.
I know exactly what happened to it because none of these guys played in the freaking preseason. So the first game this year was the preseason game.
Dude, you saw Zach Ertz get a freaking penalty for illegal formation. This is like supposed to be the mentor dude.
Dude, on a legal formation on a pitch, or sorry, on a kick.
Was it on a kick?
It was on a kick.
He also got one on just a normal play.
Or was it a punt? Was it a punt?
Yeah, he got another one though. He got one on like a normal play where he was like not up on the line when he should have been.
It's like it's like me like waking up and being late to this podcast. It's like him like getting out of bed and being like, "Oh crap, we got a game today. It started 20 minutes ago. I got to get to the stadium." And he goes in there looking like he's been ragged all day, looking like he went out and drank a lot last night. And he goes up, he got a couple of catches, but he looked.
Let me see what he got.
I just want to, like him in there, Cornelius Lucas. Just stick the rookie. If you're gonna do that, just stick all the rookies in there, and just be like, you're gonna give up plays.
He had 3 for 28. Ertz.
What happened to Sinnott?
I didn't see Sinnott at all.
At all. I saw him on the sideline.
You know who I barely saw?
Forbes.
Scary Terry. We got to get Scary Terry the ball, dude. He had like 2 catches.
They double cover Scary Terry, and they're just like, we'll double cover him. They were double covering Zach Ertz, I think, or maybe they started to. Maybe. But who else that dude we got from the Texans didn't even play? Was he hurt? I don't know. Does he not know how to play? I don't think he knew the
playbook.
I don't think he knew the playbook either.
So,
but I mean, it's Scary Terry and a bunch of guys from 7-Eleven.
And Scary Terry, he almost got him. He was open. He just threw him by like 2 steps down the sideline, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. And again, I was watching all that, and I'm just like, this because these guys never played in the preseason. They played for like 11 snaps.
I know. How do you expect a team when 60-some% are new players haven't played together in a real game and then they're going up against the Bucs, who have supposedly a very exotic defense with, Redskins.
Their defense is stout, man. Their defense is stout. Their linebackers, their secondary, they're pretty stout all the way up. And Baker Mayfield looked like Tom Brady out there because he just danced around and just made our secondary look dumb. D-U-M-B, dumb.
Yeah, I mean, our defense sucked, but I did think we got more pressure than we did after the after they traded our defensive ends last year. I thought we got some more pressure this game than we're used to seeing on defense, at least. And Jamin Davis even.
I mean, we saw Joe Wood Jr., I guess, and maybe Quinn. I'm not sure how they're doing all that, like splitting the plays, or Joe Wood Jr. is just the direct defensive guy. But those, I mean, you saw it.
Oh, I saw it. It was a debacle.
Manuel Forbes needs
Manuel
to be
Forbes.
cut.
No, he could not even put on a uniform again.
And they're saying he's like getting better in practice. He's going to play again this weekend.
He sucks.
We all saw him have 2 penalties on the same play. Still gave up a touchdown, and he got benched. I don't care what they say. They took him out for the rest of that game. They had benched. Yeah, they had him in there.
Who did better, because I didn't see him get 2 penalties on one play and give up a touchdown.
It's like that Jackson the third dude that we got for the secondary. One of those what we're figuring out, like completely wrong things. Like Ron Rivera just was wrong about everything when he was here. And William Jackson the third, it was addition by subtraction. They got rid of him, and the defense got better. Forbes is liability. Dudes are like missing their coverage because they're trying to help Forbes.
I know, dude. Dude, it was kind of like Doodah at the Virginia Opera. It's like, you're not getting your job done because you're trying to help him get his done. Then you're getting yelled at because yours isn't getting done.
Rock on, Doodah.
Doodah. The name of this episode is going to be Doodah.
Doodah!
I gotta say, like, while I was waiting for you to join the podcast, I watched the the film study that somebody, where's my Discord? Somebody put it up in the Discord, and it was a good film study of Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who put it up? I don't know. Kenny Ken is joking, banning people in here.
Like Chen.
He's talking about banning. It was Aiden. So Aiden put up a YouTube study by Kurt Benkert, who I think he played for UVA, didn't he? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
We got that Zacharias guy that played for UVA on the team too. He didn't do anything.
Yeah. So Zacchaeus Olmade. I think he had one catch. But anyway, he put up a film study about Jaden Daniels, and he basically just showed all the passes.
Yeah.
And
showed
the scrambles too. But it became apparent to me very quickly, just watching the film study, like play after play after play. Our O-line is so bad. It's so bad, dude. And like at first when I watched the game in real time, like you and I haven't talked about it because Chris was over here watching it. So we weren't on the phone like we normally are.
Right, yeah.
But when I was watching it in real time, I'm like, I just had this feeling. I was like, I feel like Jaden Daniels is just taking off too quickly, and he's not like going through his progressions, and he's just running when he probably could find someone open. And there may have been a few of those when I watched this film study thing where he could have started to take off and then maybe found someone deep down the field, but it wasn't he was just taking off to be taking off. It was because he had no protection.
Yeah, the second half of that game looked like a college game because he was just like, snap, oh crap, gotta run. Snap, oh crap, gotta run. Like, and some, I don't know.
He's quick, dude. He is so quick.
He is so quick. He is so skinny. And that dude needs to learn to slide or he is going to get broken in half. You
know who's smaller than him, though?
Forbes?
No, quarterback-wise.
Oh, quarterback. I don't know. Marcus Mariota got put on the
You called it, dude.
Dude, I was like, he's not even going to make it to the first game. He's going to be hurt before the season starts. I guarantee it.
I called it. I called it.
I found this interesting.
Other people.
They said that Lamar Jackson slimmed down to like 205.
He put on some weight, and he felt like it slowed him down.
Slowed him down, yeah.
But, I mean, Lamar Jackson's hurt at the end of every season. He's like a freak athlete, but he is hurt at the end of every season.
Yeah. But I will say this, Jaden Daniels, Sam Howell, that's the difference. It's the same O-line pretty much. We just have a dude that can get out of harm's way at like a moment's notice.
Wiley.
I mean, there was this one play where they were coming at him. He just went and like got like 20 yards, 30 yards.
We have, for the first time in quite some time, since RG3 really, we've got a butt cheek quarterback. He's a dude who can just pull a play right out of his butt cheek. He's wandering around. Dudes are trying to hit him. He's like curling in half, moving around. Whoa, throws the ball 50 yards, touchdown.
I mean, I think
guy we've got. He is a butt cheek quarterback.
And after seeing him play one game, I think he's going to be good if we can keep him healthy.
Yeah.
Same with RG3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, RG3 got hurt on his own volition. That was his own fault. Because he just wanted to keep on playing. Did you notice this game had Vita Veda in it, who was the guy who grabbed his leg and pulled him during that playoff game and he got knocked out? It was that same dude. Yeah.
He still plays? Dang. Okay.
He needs a defensive tackle. He's massive. You know who doesn't play anymore? RG3.
He also didn't he get fired from like ESPN or whatever he was doing? He got fired from something.
I thought you were talking about Vita Veda. I was like, what?
No, RG3.
Yeah, because they're probably tired of him. Dude, RG3, shut up. People are tired of you. We don't need
Redskins fans are tired of him. Did you notice that? Like when he tried to do that stuff, like the Commanders are back or whatever, and he tried to do some little like intro when Josh Harris bought the team, and everyone's just like, "Shut up, dude! You're not like part of us." Like,
yeah.
It's like he doesn't like. It's almost like we don't claim him, even though he got us to a freaking playoff game.
And he won that awesome game against Dallas at the end of the year that you and I were at.
Yeah. But I think his attitude and the way everything's soured, it's like people, I don't know if there's any like true fans of the Redskins and of him. I don't know. Maybe
I'm sure there are, but I mean, dude, just go back to ESPN. Well, no, he's not on ESPN. Go back to wherever you're going to go. I don't know if he's on Fox. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just tired of him talking and being like, hey, I love me and football and me. Don't look at football. Look at me.
David Herzing is saying that Vita Vea was picked right before Deron Payne. So I think you might be thinking about another Vea. I could Google it. I don't know. Question is now, dude, who wants to play? You know what we have today? We have our first trivia game of the season.
Oh, do we?
Yep. And the winner, guess what they get? A beautiful Keep Calm and Beat Dallas t-shirt in burgundy and gold. And so if you want to be the trivia contest here, I guess we could just do it in the Discord chat and the YouTube chat, because I have a way to monitor them both at once. So if you're interested in entering it, type in a message that says, I want to be in the contest right now, and then we will pick the lucky contestants in a few minutes.
Dun, 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 dun,
Anyway,
dun,
let's talk about some other great, awesome things from this game. How about your Hall of Fame kicker,
dude? Dude, that kicker sucks, man.
Literally,
who was on this podcast saying that they wanted Cade York, the future Hall of Famer Cade York, on this team? So now we've got the. Oh yeah. So now we've got a future Hall of. We got a future Hall of Fame kicker. What's that kicker's name?
His name's like Neil Seibert or something like that. Nate Seibert? What is it? I don't know. Let me look. I got to pull up the roster.
So we got a new kicker that's going to be our future Hall of Famer named Blewett.
No, he's gone, dude.
Oh yeah, Seibert, who is our fifth kicker in 2024, our fifth kicker this year, I believe is the case so far. Man, I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, all right, here we go, Cade York. He's going to hit this long field goal. It's going to be good. He missed first field goal. I was like, crap. All right, that was like a 50-some yard field goal. I'm all right with that. It happens. And he just didn't get better. We had to cut him for this game so we don't have to give up that last draft pick to get him.
You're totally right.
Cut him after the first game.
You're totally right, dude.
Dude, Peters was just like, I'd rather have that draft pick than have this
guy.
Someone give me another kicker.
I mean, I just looking at the box score, it becomes apparent between him and Forbes, they took the wind out of our sails. Like, we were hanging with the Bucs in the beginning. If we would have made our field goals, we would have only been down like what, 3 at halftime or something. I don't know.
And those players know the players, especially like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, people on the defensive line, they know Forbes sucks. They know he sucks. And they've got to go out there and put their 300-something pound bodies on the line. And they're probably going to lose because of one of those dudes behind them. They know it because it's happened like over and over again last year. He's got to be. Jamin Davis is okay. He had a sack.
Yeah, he did.
In our first preseason game.
Hopefully our last preseason game, because, dude, I'm not even going to talk about it yet. We'll talk about it in a minute. But you know who's coming into town this week.
Oh, dude, I know.
They freaking own us. Your cousin's boyfriend and company.
That's right.
So X Factor wants to be in the trivia. We need a challenger. If someone's got to challenge him.
Was that how it works?
Yeah, he can't go up against himself in the trivia game. Come on, dude.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you're just like, hey, answer this question. If he doesn't answer it, then you're just like, nope, nobody wins.
Oh, I guess we could if no one wants to challenge him. What do you think or feel about us not going for anything at the end of the half? I think
That's a good question for Aaron.
that says coaches, we're not feeling how our offense was doing. Well, you know what I always say is if there's a second on the clock, you throw a bomb. That's me. I always say that.
Aaron always says that, and I always say, yeah, I disagree because, I mean, remember that game against Dallas a few years ago, and they tried to, like, throw a bomb at the end of the first half, and we ended up getting the ball and scoring a pick six on it at the end of the half. It's I don't know. What do the analytics say?
The analytics.
What do the analytics say about Forbes?
Dude,
because I've got two eyes that tell me that he freaking sucks.
Dude, I think I heard on Al Galdi this week that, PFF, who you hate, said that I believe that Forbes was one of the lowest rated players in the league for a cornerback.
I would hope so.
Okay, we got someone. Ian28 is in on the chat. And since they're both doing it in the chat room in Discord, I think the only way to do this fairly because of delays and stuff is for me to type it in the chat and hit enter, at which point they will only have 5 seconds to answer so they don't have time to Google it. And then we'll see who wins. And then all you have to do is pay shipping and handling shipping for your shirt. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to type it in. Talk while I'm typing it, and then I'll hit
Aaron's all like, you have to pay me for handling your shirt by folding your shirt like it's from a store and putting it in the bag, all like it works at like Panama.
Well, here's my plan. My plan is that I keep a list of everything that people win over the course of the season and just ship it all at once. So it's not like...
Okay.
Because you're going to have people like X Factor every week, and it's going to be like, we owe him 17 shirts and stuff,
You want to do like one bulk packaging for that.
Yeah, one bulk mailing for whatever they get. We'll keep track of it. Okay. And these are all things that my wife said I had to slim down on my memorabilia because it was taking over the entire house. So... Plus, we had a bunch of these shirts from Harry Hog Football that we didn't sell. Okay. I'm typing the question. And while I'm typing the question, I want you to give me your thoughts on the defensive tackles this week.
They're fine. I've said in the past, the last team I saw that had 2 defensive tackles signed to long-term deals was the Giants the Vikings, not the Giants, and the weird helmets. The Vikings like 10 years or so ago. And I was always surprised at that. I was like, they got those 2 really, really good defensive linemen like under long-term contracts. Like the next year, they both started like falling like rocks, man. You know why? Because they're like 320 pounds.
Yeah.
That's got to be very, very difficult for a guy like that. Like Jonathan Allen is just a specimen. I see him, and I don't even see like a defensive lineman. He's almost more like a defensive end because his body is so
odd.
Yeah, we got a lot of odd bodies on this team. Man.
All right, I'm ready to submit the question, and here's the rules for Ian28. And X Factor. Let me know that you guys are ready. Let me know that you guys are in there and ready because I'm about to submit it. Okay. So we're going to submit it via text so that it'll be fair on delay. Okay, Ian's ready. He said he's ready. Is X Factor 357 ready? Remember, you only have 5 seconds to answer that, so you can't like Google it. Cheating will not be tolerated. We are not the Patriots here. All right, they're both ready. I'm hitting submit on the question. And when I use the team name Redskins, I'm not going to try to trick you if it was maybe during a Commanders or Washington football team year. It's one and the same.
Okay.
All right, you ready? And submit.
There it is. The question is, how many Heisman Trophy winners have been drafted by the Redskins / Commanders?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ian28 says 3.
Oop, C-Jack
17 got it. He wasn't in. But he gets it anyway.
But he came in by nose. He's like in Major League when Willie Mays Hayes runs around. He's like, oh, crap, I've been cut already.
great.
He goes running in there and beats them all.
All right, but
He's
here it
not wearing
is.
a uniform.
Bonus question, though, is name the 4 players. Name the 4 without Googling it. Just see who can get them. I'm going to go shut the doors because the dogs are barking.
Yeah.
C-Jack wasn't even in, but I guess he wins anyway. All right. Dogs.
Who let the dogs out? Aaron. Who let the dogs out? Theismann, did he win? Didn't he lose that to Plunkett?
Theismann did not win. Sorry, X Factor.
I thought Plunkett was the first.
All right,
Or
here's
was the person that year.
Here's who won them. Here's who the Redskins drafted.
I know
that
one
have
of
won
them.
the Heisman.
I know one of them.
RG3,
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels,
Desmond Howard,
and some dude named
John the
from
Tree
the 50s.
Adams.
No, he's from the 50s though.
John the Tree was from the 50s.
Vic Janowitz from Ohio State won the Heisman in 1950. He was drafted 79th overall by Washington. In 1952, he pursued an MLB career, then played 2 seasons with the Redskins before a car accident ended his career.
Oh man.
So there you go.
Man, if you played for the Skins in the 1950s, we were just bad, man.
Yeah.
It was really for like 15 years or so, like 50s, some of the 60s.
And now
it's before our time.
Basically all the time except the 80s.
yeah. The 80s when we were kids, it was just like, man, the Redskins are always awesome. Woo!
All right, I'm keeping a notepad. C-Jack 17 has won the first. Oh, and this has been Tom's Trivia.
Oh, yeah.
We used to do that back in the day. C-Jack, there used to be a guy named Tom that listened to our podcast every week, and he always asked trivia questions, and he got his own segment for a while. Okay.
Boy, that was a long time ago, man.
So C-Jack 17, congratulations on your Keep Calm and Beat Dallas t-shirt. And
man, I see Desmond Howard every Saturday on TV. I'm just like, man, he MVP, Heisman, Super Bowl MVP for the Packers. What'd you do with
bust
us?
for us.
Nothing.
He made like 3 touchdowns, I think, and he like returned kicks, and that was about it.
Man.
Anyway, hopefully this Heisman Trophy winner will do more for us than the other 3 that we drafted. Now, we've had more Heisman Trophy winners play for us. They just weren't drafted for us, like Danny Warfel. And George Rogers.
George Rogers from the University of South Carolina.
Gary Bebon? He only played 5 games for Washington, but that's it.
Yeah, David Herzing on there is talking about Theismann changed his name because it was Thiesman, and then he started pronouncing his last name as Theismann for the Heisman, and it didn't work. I remember that.
I kind of remember hearing about that too.
And
so
it
anyway.
just has he's still talking. I tell you what, if you ever see Joe Theismann like at a meeting or a room or anything like that, that dude will like control the conversation in that room. It's probably like 3 hours of great story time, actually. Except unless he's talking the story about going to Super Bowl 18 and they were all drunk and hungover.
Man. Anyway, okay, back to the game. What else do we want to talk about in this game? I keep losing my train of thought thanks to the trivia.
Well,
go ahead.
I guess there's like little tidbits and everything with us, but the biggest thing that I remember for the game is Jaden Daniels and that the Buccaneers receiver Mike Evans is a Hall of Fame receiver. That guy has played with almost as many quarterbacks as the Redskins have played with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who their quarterback is, he gets 1,000 yards every year.
Was that him or was it Godwin that like I think it was St. Juice had like great coverage on him, but it was just like a perfect throw and catch.
Mike
that
Evans,
pass
he's
was just
unstoppable, man.
It was like, what can you do, man? It was just like there.
Well, Benjamin St. Juice just doesn't.
He was there. He was
He's
on
there.
him.
He was on it, but I mean, he was assaulting him. Yeah, he was on him because he was assaulting him on the field.
And it didn't
But
matter.
I mean, I don't know. Benjamin St. Jude's another one of those guys. He's just awkward around the ball. You know.
Quarterbacks just all suck, dude. Well, Mikey Sanders got burnt once, but he had a pretty good first showing for a rookie. Played better than Emmanuel Forbes. I can tell you that.
Too. Yeah.
I think he might be good, but we still need two other dudes.
The biggest thing in this game also was that the Bucs secondary lost two of their cornerbacks, and we didn't try to attack that, or we did, but Jaden Daniels was just getting pressured so much up front because people like Wiley can't hold back anybody. So, and also the Buccaneers right now are a lunch pail, like everybody's hard at work and they know what they're going to do team. I mean, that is Baker Mayfield's team down there, and you could tell that. Definitely not Tom Brady's Buccaneers.
Would have never got the guy from the 1950s, he said. You just had to say the number, man. I can't make them too easy. Come on. All right, should I make it easier next week, or do you think that one was a kind of a good question?
I thought it was good. I mean, we don't want to be like, bringing up some guy on the team like Tom Breedlove or anything like that that no one knows unless it's for his name.
Fincher the Clincher.
Fincher the Clincher. Remember Fincher the Clincher? Probably not.
Unless you listen to our podcast. Who also had the nickname Yellow Cake? Yellow Cake. And that CJX17 just poached both him and Ian28. Man, I guess that's a rule.
I know this poop.
I guess that's a rule. You can poach it. You don't have to enter the contest. Anyway, okay.
The second part.
You were going to talk about play calling and Cliff Kingsbury. How do you think he did on his?
Well, I'm expecting a whole lot of dink and dunk to go up and down the field with him, and we really didn't see that a lot of times because Jaden Daniels was getting pressured, and when the two cornerbacks from the Bucs were injured, I don't know. For so long, our team has not been able to take advantage when someone's injured on the play. Well, the quarterback's injured. Let's throw at the guy that's being covered by the backup guy that throw in. We never do that, and we didn't do it in the game either.
No. Also on defense, I felt like we would have blitzed more.
Oh, see, people were saying that thing. I was just like, we are blitzing all the time. Did you not watch Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio's blitz? And that coach from high school, we were defended like 5 people or 6 or 7 on a lot of plays. It was so much more.
Okay, I haven't seen the stat, but it just didn't seem it to me.
There was so much more blitzing.
We might as well have sent.
We've had for like years.
We might as well have sent Forbes blitzing on every single play he was in on because he's not doing anything in coverage.
What's that? What's that? A mosquito? Who is that?
It's like grown men playing with a 5-year-old kid in the street.
Yeah. It's like high school kids and someone's like little brother's like, I want to play. And you're like, dude, you're not.
Exactly. You're not playing, kid. Just let him play. Just let him play. He's going to get torched. Okay.
He's going to get torched and then he's going to complain about it all the way home.
No, he's going to talk about the one play that he had that was so good. Did you see that play where I almost broke up that pass and they called those 2 bogus penalties on me on the one play?
I almost broke up that pass and he ended up catching it for a touchdown anyway.
That was offensive. That was an offensive penalty. I don't know what they're talking about.
That play should be his last play in the NFL.
Yeah. I was so livid. I was livid when that happened. And I knew it. It was like we've been talking about it. Like, he isn't getting better. Like, Peters and Dan Quinn can make up whatever fantasy they want about him getting better, but we saw it on the field. He's not better. In fact, he might be worse.
He's very small.
He should never play again. He should never play on this team again.
Well, we're going to have to go through a year or two of, if nothing else, getting rid of the last few Ron Rivera draft picks.
Just cut him.
I guess Jamin Davis had a little bit of work. He did get a sack, but
he did a little better than he did his line. Our linebackers were not as beastful as I thought they were going to be in this game.
I think, dude, again, most of those guys haven't played. Luvu barely played in the preseason, more than most of the guys, but he barely played in the preseason as well. I saw Luvu out there a lot. He wears number 4.
I'll give him one more week before I start making any judgment on this team.
We haven't had linebackers for like 4 years. So these coaches, like linebackers, like it's all brand new. It's all brand new. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so happy that we have linebackers down this week. Like I'm like, oh look, Bobby Wagner's actually making a play, or oh look, Bobby Wagner totally like misread that play and the guy's running past him.
I know. Bobby Wagner might be as slow as who are those dudes? Cody Barton or who was the super slow guy we had a few years ago? And he was supposed to be good, and we're like, he can't even run to this. I don't know.
Fill in the blank, man. There's a lot of people we could have had like that.
Anyway, I mean, let's chalk it up. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's chalk it up to this. They haven't played a game together. The Bucks were pretty much the same team as they were last year. They haven't played together, and there's all new systems and all new players, and that was our preseason game. Let's go. And now we got to talk about, after we give our games and kicks, we got to talk about who's coming into town.
We will. We also, when I was talking about the defense for the Buccaneers, they got an all-pro safety on their team. Antoine Winfield Jr. And he's the dude that hit Jaden Daniels right in the helmet. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was like kind of going to the ground.
Did we get a penalty on that?
We got a penalty on that. Got a penalty on that, but he wasn't like, I don't know.
He needs to strap that helmet on. It came off multiple times in this game.
Yeah. I mean, I said the same thing watching the game. I was just like, dude. I mean, he's got that big old like dread fro going on, which is awesome. But you got to slick that crap down under your helmet. Put on a cap.
Put on that
like
cap.
That.
Skull cap.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to go around on the sidelines like this with I mean, his hair is awesome, but dude, you got to tighten that helmet up. And dude, that's not even the Commanders aren't the people that can do that. The NFL is going to be tighten your helmet up, son. The NFL itself is doing that, so that should not happen this weekend.
Even if it's not to protect your noggin, dude, it cost us a touchdown, or it could have, because the ball was blown dead as soon as his helmet popped off, and so we didn't get that. You know what I mean? So it
when the announcer said that, I was just like, oh my God, he's right. No, we didn't even get the second touchdown. And finally got it, but I mean, it just ate up time.
Yeah, we finally got it, but you know how we are, right? Like in most games, that was the chance. That was
a lot. Yeah.
It didn't matter anyway. It was garbage time. In fact, why are we running him on a quarterback sneak when there's no chance to win the game? Like,
that's what I was talking about. It's like, why do you keep running him and putting him? He's a skinny dude. Why are you running him unnecessarily? Are you just trying to get him like game time?
Most of the time they weren't running him. Those were him getting away from Wiley's mistakes and people. I mean, I don't know how many design runs he had, maybe 3 or 4, but I think he carried the ball like 16 times in this game.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah, so I'm a little concerned, as we all are, especially since we've been damaged goods after seeing what happened to RG3.
Yeah.
And so anyway.
I mean, half of it is dudes, it's the first game. It's basically a preseason game. I don't think Dan Quinn and Peters are really expecting us to win more. Again, I've said 2 things. I said over under in our Discord channel, over under 7 wins this year, and over under 7 kickers this year.
I don't know. I'm going to reserve my judgment on that over under 7 wins until after this game, because this is going to be a very telling game this week. Because well, first let's give our games and kicks, and then we'll talk about it. So we lost, so that means we have to give our game ball award first, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Just trying to get back into it. It's preseason.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award, as usual, is brought to you by Dick's Pitch. Remember to re-dip at the half. Dick's Pitch, available at Dick's and other fine sporting goods stores. All right, go ahead and give your game ball, dude.
I'll give it to Jaden Daniels. When he got sacked on that one play and he fumbled the ball and one of the linemen, was it Allegretti? Somebody jumped on the ball. They were running back towards us, so he jumped right on the ball, and we didn't give up the play. So I don't know. I'm giving it Jaden Daniels, but I don't think anybody really deserves it. They look like they're a bunch of guys who just woke up and they're like, "Oh, it's game day. We have to actually play today."
I
Okay.
think Jaden Daniels deserved it. He took what could have been a complete debacle with any other dude like Hal and just
If
made
we
it
had
a normal
someone in there-
debacle.
John Beck.
A normal debacle.
If we had quarterbacks like that,
And I think, dude, he showed something. He showed that I think he can be good going forward.
I
mean,
think he can be good. But dude he's got to slide, man.
Dude, what
He's
was
got
up with
to.
the
And
first
you know what
play of
it
the
is?
game where I was like, "That's a backwards pass." Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, backwards pass, and I was just like, "We're gonna give the ball up. We're gonna give the ball up."
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, he's definitely got it. But
Can I ask you another question?
yeah.
Why did we only have Austin Eckler in for like 2 plays? Like, I thought there was supposed to be like a 2-headed dragon in the backfield.
See, I've always looked at Austin Eckler as the second running back because he always gets hurt.
Well,
So
he
I
is.
think yeah. I mean, I was thinking that during the game, actually. I was like, is he going to be like the goal line running back? No, not really. B-Rob is really the guy that does that.
Yeah.
Is he going to come in on third downs and be like the pass catching back?
He's a change of pace guy.
Remember, it's the first game. We've got 16 more games to go. Over under 7 wins.
All right. Well, I was gonna give mine to Jaden Daniels because I thought he had a pretty good showing in the first
You
game.
should. I mean, I don't really know who else we're going to give it to. Tressway.
Well, no, I'm not because you have him. So I'm gonna give mine to B-Rob.
Okay. All right.
Because
Yeah.
B-Rob combined yards in this crappy game. He had 12 carries for 40 yards
Yeah.
with a touchdown. And he also had 3 receptions for 49 yards.
Yeah.
So he's showing that he can catch the pass. I don't know why did people think that he couldn't catch out of the backfield? Because I've never known him to drop balls when they're thrown to him or anything.
It's Robinson?
Yeah, like people are like,
saying
he's
that
not
last-
known as a pass catcher. And I'm like, he
I-
does
I
fine.
think he wasn't known as that in college, but that doesn't mean he doesn't catch. He's just like, I can catch. That's why I'm in the
Throw me
pros.
ball. Yeah, I can catch. I can catch with you.
Well, I saw Coleman out there a couple of times on the line after Lucas Woods, like you said, I guess they were sharing reps or whatever it was. But I see that Ian 28 said a little bit about him on there. He did look like he was. He did look like he was all right. He said he was a beast. I thought he was better than Lucas. That's for sure.
I need to try to keep an eye on him this week. What number is he, jersey wise? 74 or something.
74, I think.
All right, I'll keep an eye on him. I'll keep an eye on him this week. I was just trying to take it all in this week, like looking everywhere. Okay, who else is giving their game balls? Ian 28 is giving his to Coleman, I guess. Is that who he gave his to? X Factor is giving his to B-Rob. Man, he always copies me. Or do I just say great minds think alike?
Yeah, Brandon Coleman's 74. Dude. Oh, no, go ahead.
I don't think anyone else is giving their game balls, so that's it.
We do have a couple transactions to talk about, too.
No, dude. Oh, and I got to tell you about that game last night.
Oh, that soccer game?
While people are putting their game balls in, I'm going to tell you about the soccer game. This is the Louisville City game, and they were playing against, which is what, a USL? It's the league right under Major League, but since I live outside of Louisville, I go there. And the stadium's super fun, to the point, last night, I'm walking up to the stadium, and they have this area in the front, where they have like the little small soccer field where kids can kick the ball around and stuff like that. Out there on that field, they had a professional wrestling ring set up. And since we were playing a Mexican team, they had like actual like luchadors, like wrestling with like a ref. And I'm like, what the heck? And they're like, the referee has now made this a tag team match. And then other dudes come out and they start pounding on each other.
Now, you were at the game with one of your daughters.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did she think of the wrestling? Like, I don't know if she ever watches wrestling or anything like that.
Well, we watched it for like maybe 5 minutes as we were entering the stadium. And she was just she was entertained, was like, what in the heck is this? And then at halftime, they had like a whole mariachi band playing for like the entire 15 minutes. It was pretty cool. Anyway, Texas Corpsman 100. Game ball to Daniels.
Okay, B-Rob did well. Some people did good. I think we're going to get – I think after the first 4 games, we're really going to have an idea of who's going to be starting. As long as we're not talking about injuries, we're going to have an idea of who's going to be starting, who's never going to see the field again, Forbes, and hopefully Daniels won't be hurt because he needs to learn to slide.
He does this like tumble forward thing. It's very awkward.
I mean, it's better than RG3, but not much. RG3 just, yeah.
Game ball to Eckler because he's cool.
Dude, I'm giving my game ball to that guy because look at his hair, man.
He's a cool
awesome
dude. All right, on that note, we need to go and give our...
He's a righteous dude.
This one's easy for me. In fact, I'm glad that you went first on this because I get to go first on the kick.
I'm still giving it. I don't care what you say.
Is this the kick?
I don't care.
Like my kick button's not showing.
It's time for
there it
this
is.
week's Kicking the Balls Award.
This week's Kicking the Balls Award, as always, is brought to you by our friends at Rid-A-Poo. For all the doo-doo that you do, there's Rid-A-Poo, safe for septic. Available at Taylor's Do It and other fine hardware stores.
Safe for septic.
They wanted me to make sure that I stressed that fact this year.
Straight. Oh, hold on. I need something for this segment. Hold on.
Straight. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, while he's going there, I'm going to go ahead and give my kick in the balls to number 13, Emmanuel Forbes. I can't take much more of him. He's worse than Daryl Pounds. He's worse than Ali Haji Sheik. I'm trying to think of my most disliked Redskins of all times. Yeah. So that's why my kick in the balls award this week is going to none other than Emmanuel Forbes. All right, go ahead with yours. Who's getting it? Oh, he's got to put his earphones in. Who are you giving yours to? I already gave mine.
Emmanuel Forbes, you are the worst. You are the worst guy on this team since Daryl Pounds. You're the worst guy on this team since Sharp Ordonez. You are the worst guy. I'm sorry, Ron drafted you.
Sharp Ordonez.
We could have had it. We could have had like this Gonzalez dude who's awesome. And he's drafted people like that. And I love Sharp Ordonez. Like he's just what a terrible lineman and what a great name.
Sharp or Donish.
Ah!
All right. Open it up. X Factor 357 is giving his kick to Forbes. Copy me again. Which is going to be everyone's pick, I believe.
How could anyone have a different pick than Forbes?
I don't know. David Herzing comes up with some exotic picks sometimes. We'll see what he does. Texas Core Man. Not sure. We'll give him another 10 seconds. Kick
I'm just gonna have to keep these Barbara Seville scissors in here for this segment every week or something.
I'm the barber of GB. Figaro. Do you remember that from Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy when he was playing Buckwheat? And it was they were doing like that album Buckwheat Sings. And he's like, I'm the barber of DB. Oh, Ian 28 is giving his to.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think we're allowed to say that on YouTube because we said it's not explicit. But we can say that it's going to Cade York, who is obviously not going to the Hall of Fame, to John's chagrin.
I don't know, man. That dude David Akers wouldn't kick for like 15 years in Pennsylvania after he left here.
Speaking of, did we officially say that Cade York did get cut? I think we did. And then we signed Seibert, but we signed a fatty. Did you hear about this guy?
We signed some dude from Howard University that's like 100 feet tall.
I think he's like 6'9" and like 360 pounds. He's giant.
Dude, this reminds me of that guy that we got that was like 400 pounds, an offensive lineman.
Pot roast.
No, before that, Pot roast was a defensive lineman. I'm talking about an offensive lineman.
I remember that. We had podcast episodes about it. You can go back and find it. Because they like kept giving him shots like, hey, dude, we'll give you a shot. Get off your couch, literally, and come try out for the team because you're freakishly huge.
You're freakishly huge, and we really need linemen. He was like 400 pounds. He was a massive, massive man.
That was on like episode 200 or something.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Hey, here's someone named Steve Loesch. Welcome to the podcast. I don't think I've seen Steve before. He's in the YouTube room, and he's giving his kick to
Wiley.
No kicks. Too mean. They all stunk. David Herzing doesn't want to. I told you he gives exotic ones. He doesn't want to hurt his leg from kicking 53 people. Texas Corpsman 100. Get the kick. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Get the kick. Okay. Well, anyway, okay. So we need to move on away from this game and looking forward. This game next week is going to be very telling. It's against the Giants, who always, and I mean always, own us. I think I've read that at home since 2006. No, I heard this from Al Galdi. We're like 5-13 against the Giants since 2006 at home. 5-13.
It's pretty. That's almost as bad as losing like 13 games in a row to the Cowboys during that time period.
And it doesn't matter.
5-13. We have single-handedly made Daniel Jones like a multimillionaire.
Yeah. He's good against us and sucks against everyone else. Oh, man.
I'm so sick of the Giants beating us when we have teams that can beat them over and over again. Dude, and I mean, it goes all the way back to that game where Norvell Turner got fired because he was playing the Giants. And he put in the wrong kicker because he's that dumb.
We always talk about that. Yeah, I mean, the Giants, didn't they get it handed to them this week? I think they did. And they look like they're going to suck. They traded their top running back to the Eagles, who tore it up, by the way.
They didn't trade him. He went there in free agency.
Sorry, he left.
Yeah. It's not like they were just like, hey, we'll give you 3 first-round picks. Not that the Giants know how to use first-round picks just like us.
Not like Peters would have traded him. They just let him walk to the Eagles. But anyway, Saquon Barkley just tore it up last week.
Saquon, he had like 3 touchdowns. Eagles, he did. And for the Eagles, weren't they in Brazil for that game?
Yeah, they were.
And then Yeah, Brazil. Not like Mexico or England or Canada or anything like that. Brazil. On people were complaining about the field down there, and I'm just like, it's a soccer field. You got to wear longer cleats, man.
Well, people were complaining about it, and then it came out that the field was the same exact kind of field that they have in several NFL stadiums, including Philadelphia Eagles and Green Bay Packers.
And the place they played the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, but the two teams playing have the same field.
Yeah.
And then that kind of shut people up. So anyway, I'm worried about this game because the Giants, dude. If we get beat by the Giants, people are going to take how disappointed people may have been this week and amplify it times 100. There is going to be,
at the same time, plus or minus 7 wins, man.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be one of them. But we say that, but then every year we get beat. So I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I hope we can get it going this week. And it was like a preseason game. And I don't know. I don't even know. We got to get dudes open or.
We got a lot to do. I mean, this team, people have been calling it an expansion team, and it really is kind of an expansion team. We got a few people. We're glutted in the middle of the defensive line.
Yeah.
Putting a ton of money there for.
We need to trade those dudes.
We need to trade at least one. I'm sure Peters has been trying to do it, but people don't want to. Like Jonathan Allen's starting to get a little old.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many things. I'm looking forward to this game this weekend, though, just to see. I just want to see Daniel Jones get knocked out, man.
I just want to see us get a win against the freaking Giants. Like it seems like even the years where we can beat the Cowboys and split with the Eagles, we get swept by the Giants.
Yeah, again and again.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll do well this weekend. Just knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Remember, once we get 4 games into it, we're going to have a much clearer picture of how everything is going to go this year. Plus, plus or minus, we'll see.
Look, Ian is thinking positively. This regime will beat the Giants. Let's hope.
It's everything's brand new, shiny and new. Oh, dude, did you get your email this afternoon that I sent you?
I glanced at the headline of the subject line. It looked like you booked the hotel room.
Our hotel room is booked.
We're fully booked, dudes. October 20th, the Darryl Green retirement jersey game at Northwest Field. Make sure you guys are there and pregame with us at the Hale BBQ. We might do some more pregaming the day before, some area sports bar. So get your tickets.
Might. We know exactly where we're going.
Get your tickets and then reach out to us and let us know you're going to be there so we can meet up. You can do that in our Discord room, tinyurl.com/HarryHF, or you can call us on the hog line at 202-735-1788. Or send us an email, hhfpodcast@gmail.com.
But really need to get on the Discord server because, I can't tell you the last time I checked the email or check the phone number. But that's you. You check the phone number, though.
I'm not even sure that they still work, so just get on the Discord. Anyway, I think
come to the Discord with people seriously.
I think that about wraps it up, dude. Let's give a shout out to everyone that has been in the chat rooms today. Steve Loesch, Texas Corpsman 100, Ian 28, David Herzing, X Factor 357, who else? CJack 17, the winner of our revival of Tom's Trivia. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, Kitty Can, of course.
Johnny Cassidy. I don't know. Sorry Aiden, if I missed you.
All those guys.
Aiden, yeah.
We're starting to get we're starting to get dozens and dozens of people in the Discord room. So we're starting to actually like run out of if we missed you, we apologize. We'll get you next week.
Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins.
Beat the Giants. Beat the Giants.
Beat the freaking Giants. And remember,
Golly.
as always, if you see a Cowboys fan,
You know what to do. You know what to do. Joker!
You are a loser, sir.
bye-bye.